Hey guys, it's Stacey Warzak. Happy Monday. I am here to talk about our training topic for the day, which is consistency as well as effective following up. Consistency, that's the first thing we're going to talk about. It's doing the same thing, the same behaviors, no matter what, without excuse for an extended amount of time. Those behaviors, they include adding people on our networks, on our social media networks, following up, tracking who you're talking to, doing your own workouts, drinking your Shakeology, drinking your performance line, posting on social media 4 to 5 times a day. Whatever else you see traction from in your business, that's your list and that's what you're consistent with every single day. If you skip one, if you skip 2 days, it throws a huge wrench in your momentum. And this business, momentum is its middle name. Just like the compound effect, just like that book, it talks about, any other successful coach will tell you that consistency is key. It drives momentum in this business and it is necessary to find success. Coaches who've had this business figured out that they're always on the leaderboards, they're always hitting Success Club, they're always, the top 200, the top coaches, it's because they're consistent. It's because they do the core activities every single day. The list of things I just went over, they do that every single day. Even when they're tired, even when their kids are sick, even when they have company in town, even when they're on vacation, even when they don't feel like it, they do it without fail and without excuse. There are days that I'm tired. There are days that you're tired. We have to be consistent anyways on those days. We have to find it within ourselves and power through. Just like when we're working out, just like when we feel like we just can't give any more, we have to push play, we have to power through, and we have to read some personal development to get over that little hump. It's no different with being consistent in our business. I have built my business personally, and those things I listed are what I do every single day. I always do the same list, my power hour. All right, I add 5 to 7 people on my social media every single day. I post 4 to 5 times a day. I include what I consider me. So I consider fitness and family, my coaching business, food, motivation. Those are the things I post about every single day on my page. I follow up with a minimum of 15 people. There's days it's 80. It just depends on the time I have to give my business that day. But there is no less than 15 follow-ups every single day in my power hour time. New people, new invites, 5 to 10 daily. There's no less than 5, but there are 50 some days. Then things outside of our power hour, they would be checking in with our challenge groups. They would be following up with our new coaches. They would be things like that. But again, that's outside of that power hour time. So if you only have an hour, you do the requirement list that you have. The extra time that you have, you want to go ahead and do the other things. If you only have an hour every single day, you have to figure out how to do both. But most people have more than an hour. Do you watch TV? Do you waste time scrolling Facebook? Whatever the case may be, everyone has a little bit more time to invest in their business. Consistency, it reaps momentum. Momentum. If I ever got another tattoo, it would be my 6th one and it's not gonna happen. I swear, tattoo consistency reaps momentum on my body somewhere. It is truly the most important in life and in Beachbody. So let's talk about why, okay? Number 1, when someone is looking to get fit, get healthy, learn how to eat right, they're looking for a coach who shows them that every single day on a consistent basis. They're not looking for someone who works out once a month or who posts a healthy recipe once every 6 months. Or if they're looking to change your life with this business, they're not looking for someone who posts about what they do once a year. It's consistency. It's every single day. That is what is going to make or break your future with this company and your success. If you can't be consistent with proving that you are in this thing and you are not going anywhere, because you know what, to be honest with you, it takes time for people to trust us. I'm still working on some of the same people that I've had contact with for 3 years. They still are saying no, but you know what? I'm not going to stop being consistent. And later on, I'll talk about following up, but I'm not going to stop that either. So number 2, in our business, okay? Why is consistency, why does it reap momentum in our business? If I do the same exact things every single day, and what those are is number 1, I engage on social media with people. I talk to people. I engage with my team every single day. I reply to messages and posts and comments on my posts. I reach out to a minimum number of new people every single day. I engage in my challenge groups with my challengers. And it's funny because I read a post recently that said 97% of Beachbody coaches don't show consistency. 97%! That's only 3% of us that are being consistent. It's like, are you serious right now? If you really want to grow a business and find success here, you have to be consistent. Seriously, it's a non-negotiable. Don't just get excited when you go to a Super Saturday or next month is Summit or a new launch for a new program or maybe a sneak peek Sean week, sneak peek to Shift Shop, a new shake flavor. You have to create that by yourself every single day. You have to have that excitement about what you do and about this business and about what's possible every single day. And it has to be every single day. If you have big goals, newsflash, you got to take big action. Okay? I'm from New York. I live in North Carolina. So I am a little more southern, but the Stacy, New York Stacy, she comes out sometimes. And when I say if you have big goals, you have to take big action, I am not saying that lightly. That is the truth. That is, don't expect this to just work for you or not work for you. You have to work every single day. Consistent action. That is the difference between people who hit Success Club 5 on a consistent basis and those who had coaches every single month and those who don't. Now, that does not mean that you are going to sell a challenge pack every single day or that you're going to add a coach to your network every single day. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is if you continue to do those things every single day, that momentum will build up and you will have Success Club 5, Success Club 10, Success Club 30, whatever, plus 5, 10, 15 coaches a month added to your team because you've been doing the little tasks every single day and it's building up the momentum that it needs to create a successful business. This company, this business is a marathon. It's not a sprint. I've been doing this for 3 years. Is my income where I want it? No way. Is my rank where I want it? No way. Is my volume where I want it? No way. And I think a lot of coaches who you consider mentors in this group could also say that. Because why? Because we are constantly wanting more for our lives. We're constantly dreaming bigger. And we hope that's what you're doing as well. Sharing, we are inviting, we are reading personal development. We are doing everything we can within our power to be consistent on a daily basis. We have an amazing company that we back. They're constantly evolving. They're giving us what we need to help more people. But you aren't helping yourself by being consistent, by staying consistent. Don't be the coach who gets all excited and then dwindles down, tapers off, then gets excited again and tapers back off. That's very inconsistent. And people are watching that and people will call your bluff. They will not trust you. They will not want to join you because you are a taperer. You are up one day, down another. Don't be that coach. Be consistent. Do what it takes. Sacrifice. Just like we talked about time management last week. You have to be sacrificial in this business. If someone is in another direct sales company or someone is portraying that they don't have to work for income or for rank or for benefits with the company, they're lying. okay? They're lying. All of these businesses take work. Our business is so unique that we have something nobody else has. We have a community. We have people who truly care about other people. We aren't just in this to sell stuff. Of course, we're in this to sell stuff because we need to make money, we need to pay our bills. But we have something that nobody else has. We can give someone the health and fitness and life they want, they need. We have that gift. Moving on, topic 2, following up, and how the magic is in the follow-up. You've probably heard that. I've said that many times. So the magic is in the follow-up. Early on in my coaching business, I learned the importance of following up. Over 90% of people that we talk to, they don't make a decision on the first try or on the first contact, on the first message, on the first post. They want to watch us. We have to build up some trust, just like we talked about with consistency. So they have questions, right? So we ask them, we invite them. They are like, wait, I have questions. And it takes time, right? So all of this happens during the follow-up. It doesn't happen the first invite. So if you invite someone, they don't say, sure, what's your link, and order it. I mean, that's happened like once in 3 years to me, maybe once. It doesn't happen at the first contact. We have to follow up. The magic is in the follow-up. And truthfully, it surprises me when I talk to my own team about following up, and they tell me that they are not consistent with following up, that they don't really think it's a big deal. They feel like, well, I've invited them, and if they're interested, they'll get a hold of me. That is so false. Don't be like that. You need to follow up. You need to take the initiative, because this person might not even realize that, number one, they didn't hit send when they did want to get a hold of you, or number two, they may have forgotten about it. And they need some reassurance and some reminders of why they wanted to take this step with you in the first place. I have a couple things that will help you be more successful in the follow-up. Number one, track your customers. I cannot tell you how many times I have gone to Facebook Messenger, I have gone to my email, I have gone to my text messages, and I've said, dang it, I missed her. Months go by. And one of two things happen with those people. They either give you crickets because you haven't followed up with them in 3 months, 4 months, and they don't feel like you're gonna follow up with them anytime soon anyway, so they don't even reply. Number two, they may have said, you know what, I just joined Weight Watchers. You know what, I just joined the gym. You know what, I went with this other supplement. So let me give that a try. So you've missed out because you haven't followed up in a timely manner. So make sure you track your customers. It's super important. Our brains, I know everyone, we all think we're pretty smart, but truth be told, we forget a lot. There's no way that you can keep 50 names in your brain and then 50 more tomorrow and then 50 more on Wednesday and such, okay? It just doesn't happen. It doesn't work. Number two, create consistency in your follow-up. My favorite word. Just like we went over in the Power Hour with consistency, it's a daily task. Following up is a daily task. And make sure that you have a reminder of some sort, whether you use Teamsy, whether you use paper and pencil, whether you use Streak, whatever you use to track your messages and your customers and potential coaches, you need to make sure that you have a follow-up list every single day. It needs to be part of your to-do list. And if you do have an electronic system or even a paper and pencil system, you can go down that list and not have to be searching for who do I message to follow up. Number three, match your motive to the customer's needs or interests. I would suggest, and I do this quite often, before you shoot that message off, that follow-up, remind yourself, take a second, and have that person's face in your brain and say, what would benefit this person, this customer, by buying this challenge pack? What would benefit this single mother to joining my team? What would benefit these people? Because when you're typing out that message, that's how it's going to sound. Their motive is going to be portrayed within the message. And that is huge when it comes to the outcome of my follow-ups. If I were to just shoot off a message and not remind them of why in the first place they should join my team or they do need this challenge group, that's something that they would have shared with me in the past, that's going to have a negative outcome. So just remind yourself of what is the positives for this person, because that's why we do this. We are helping people. Tips for a more effective follow-up. Number 1, ask your customer or potential coach, what is the best way for me to follow up with you? You can say this, in a message, your first message, you want it to be. So when you're inviting them, when they get back to you, you know what, Stacy, it's just not a good time. It's summer. My kids are in baseball. I just can't really fit any more on my plate. Lisa, no problem. I get it. I am so busy too. I will tell you right now, I felt the same way when I started this. So I'm wondering if I can get a hold of you maybe mid-August, because we'll have a group in September, right in the fall. And I would love to touch base and see if it's a better time for you. What is the best way to reach you? Or what is the best way to get back in touch with you for a future group? And they'll say Facebook Messenger or text me or call me or email me, whatever. So that opens the door to please follow up with me. And also, it makes sure on their part that they're accountable. When they open that message, they're going to be like, oh, I told Stacy she could send me a Facebook message, and here she is. She did it. And I have to answer. So those things are helpful. And I've seen definite results by doing that. All right, number 2, add value in the follow-up, even if the follow-up isn't going where you want it to go. So let's say they're still saying no. You still want to add value. You still want to leave a positive taste in their mouth when it comes to your name. All right? So give them a compliment. Share an experience. Give them something to leave that message thinking that you are awesome. Okay? It's not much. You don't have to do much. You just have to leave a positive experience in their mind when it comes to your name. And I promise you, eventually they will come around and they will want to be a part of this amazing experience. Also, never want a follow-up to be transaction driven. We know that we make money when we sell something. We know that when we sign up a coach, we could potentially have a rock star on our hands. But we never want that to be portrayed in the follow-up. We want it to be more of a non-threatening, non-transactional feeling message and encounter with each other. We never want to say, all right, so are you gonna order this or what? We don't want to ever be icky. So if you don't want someone to ask you that, don't ever ask someone else that. Even if you followed up with this person for, like me, 3 years, and sometimes I do want to straight out be like, listen, are you going to do this or not? Because you're wasting my time. But we can't do that. And I'd suggest not doing that because it leaves a negative thought about you to that person. So when they see your name, you don't want them to be like, oh, she's asking me again if I want to buy something. We don't want that. They see our name in their messenger or a text or whatever. Oh, what's Stacy's saying today? I could use some motivation. She's always got it, So that's the kind of taste we want to leave even when we're following up. You always want to continue to grow and nurture that relationship that you're building with that person. It's so important. This business is all about relationships, and that's no different in the follow-up. If we can be genuine and loving and kind to people and nurture relationships that we're creating, that's when the follow-up doesn't become icky, and it also just becomes flowy, and it will eventually be a yes. Number 3, we want to be persistent. but we don't want to be pesky. Being persistent. If our motives are right, if we've added value in past messages, persistence comes across as persistence, as I care about you. We've talked about this. What are you waiting for? You know, like, this is changing my life. This has changed my challenger's life, my family's life. I want it to change your life too. So if we add value, it comes across as, yes, I'm being persistent because I care about you, and not pesky, like, please buy this, or I'm gonna message you again until you do. So a good analogy of persistence versus peskiness is we were on the way out the door, and one of our neighbor kids asked if we could buy one of these coupon cards that you can use at local restaurants and you get percentages off, or buy one get one free and whatnot, and it was good for 2 years. It was $20 for the card, and I said, you know what? I can't give you the 20 bucks right now. We're literally on the way out the door, and I didn't have any cash, and I had to write a check, and I was literally couldn't do it at that moment. So I said, come back, you know, tomorrow or the next day, and we'll talk about it, and I'll get one from you. So it was a yes. I was a sale. I was like gonna give you the 20 bucks. Do you know the kid hasn't come back yet? It's been about a week. Now, he might come back, I don't know, but I already said yes. He doesn't come back to take the money and to give me the card. He lost a sale. This little boy is putting off the follow-up. Now, even though I said yes, now that's not the case for us. We get no's or we get crickets, right? Or not nows. But this kid, he's got a yes and he hasn't come back. So we cannot put off the follow-up. It's no different than this little neighbor kid. We have to be consistently following up with people, and when they're ready and you've created value and you've loved on them and they can trust you, they are going to be a yes. And then you're going to show them what's possible with Beachbody. Tip number 4 is leverage successes and time. So what that means is you want to share with your people that you're following up with the success that other people are having with the things that you're offering. Whether it be this new Coach Basics group or this new coach that you just signed up and they are doing very well in the business already, or this customer who purchased a challenge pack after much hesitation and they are already down 8 pounds in the first week. They are showing up, they're more confident, they aren't lonely, they have a place of support that they can come to every single day. You want to portray and give leverage to what you're having success in right now with other people. They can't argue with that. They can't argue with your success personally. And when it comes to time, so we sometimes sit down and we have this list of people, but there's times where you see a transformation story and that transformation story just does something and reminds you of that person. Don't wait for their name to come up on a list. Take that as, okay, I'm gonna follow up with them right now. Stop what you're doing and say, listen, Lisa, I just saw Carrie's transformation and it made me think of you. I can see you in Carrie's picture. It can be you. So really allow your time to not always go down a list. If you see something that reminds you of someone or something, take the initiative and follow up right then and right there. Because you know what? It could be happening within them too. They could have seen something that they needed to see, and then you're saying what they need to hear, and there you go. Okay? So always don't just wait for the perfect time. If their name isn't on your list, but they're on your heart, shoot them a message. There's nothing wrong with that. And tell them, listen, you're on my heart today, and I really would love to help you rock your fitness or this coaching business. There's nothing wrong with that. That actually makes people feel great that you're thinking about them, and it truly isn't just a, are you ready to buy now type of thing. Or you could also say, you know, I've been thinking about you today and I have a couple more spots in my challenge group. We've been talking about this and I really would love to have you as a part of it. I think you would do awesome. Or I know you would do awesome. Or this is the type of group that I believe could be life-changing for you. Something like that. Something that makes them feel good and that is something that they just feel a part of before they even, click pay. So that does it for me with consistency and effective follow-up. I hope some of those tips helped you. If you have any questions or anything that you need from me, let me know, comment below or send me a message. I'm happy to help. Talk to you soon. Bye.